Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am doing something. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. First of all, I do want to thank you guys for coming through the KTNG morning show, and I do want to press the fact that we are live via YouTube and Facebook. So on Facebook, you're seeing a whole bunch of things going on right about now. I'm serious. I got a purple mustache going on here. And lifting weights and all kinds of weird stuff. I have no idea what this thing is doing. First of all, we do want to get through our morning prayer here. And we do want to say thank you, Jah, for waking us up this morning. But most importantly, for giving us our day with our cousins and nephews and nieces and everything and all the family members. But most importantly, to get out there and do better each and every day, not only better ourselves, but also better our communities. But most importantly, celebrate out of a page, out of everything else, the one day out of the year when everybody's like acting with goodwill towards men. Well, your government is not acting with any kind of goodwill towards any goddamn way, all right? But in the words, in Jesus Christ, we say these things. Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari. Okay, and you are witnessing the KTNG Morning Show. Yes. And if you're watching me live on Facebook right now, you see that I look like Gandalf, I look like the Blues Brothers. I don't know what is going on here, but it is kind of interesting. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Optimus Prime, the brother. Okay, googly eyes. This is some weird stuff I'm sitting here watching, though. But I'll still give you the straight scoop of what's going on. Any old who, all right? Looking like, that's kind of racist. How they gonna put a brother up there and then gonna, all of a sudden you're just gonna get a coon face to go with it? Because I'm cooning? No. I'm basically explaining some stuff to you guys. This is the KTNG Morning Show with your host, the Emperor's Ariola, G to the R to the I to the T to the Z, SD underneath the 101 freeway. All the way down to the 25 underneath the mountains and below, staying alive, as they would say. Staying alive. Something like that. I don't know. But we're here. We're multicast on Facebook, multicast on YouTube, so you guys can now get a picture of what we do here, or what I do here for that matter. But then again, we have to go with what we call the news. And anyway, all right, well, anyway, I know everybody's got their stories for today and what they did for Xmas. This is the first day of Kwanzaa, Umoji, or whatever it is and so forth, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you light a black candle. There's no significance in celebrating whatever. Okay? Why are we following one pagan ritual behind another? Okay, with another. I don't understand this, man. If you're going to connect with the spirits every day and then make one day completely special, isn't that like a sacrifice or some sort? Isn't that like a blood sacrifice or something like that? I don't know. Okay? But the worst, probably one of the worst rumors I got and so forth is that, and this is coming from straight Christian people who sit up and tell me, oh, I thought Rastafarians did blood sacrifices. And I'm like, wow, we do blood sacrifices? Wow. Contrary to belief, people, contrary to belief or human belief and so forth, the last group of people that were doing, human sacrifices were the Incas and the Aztecs and whatnot. They were sitting up there doing that mess. Okay, I'm sorry, but the only time we got to deal with blood sacrifices is that if we're going to war, you cut your face up and so forth and bleed all over, cause you this, that, cut your arms, and everything, basically get that blood, that fear out of your blood while you're battling and so forth. However, as they say, yes, I'm having plunge of fun with Facebook's face thingy. It's going with the scrunchy face, man. It kills me. Scrunchy face and mustache. How come I can't get them all? But then these things are pretty much, they're random. So if they're going like this, they're going like this. Anyway, let me tell you guys how I spent my pagan holiday. All right, and basically like anything else, I spent it in reverence to, one family, and that's it. And my secondary family, which is going to be heading back to Los Angeles because they've had a car accident, truck hit them head on. 3 of the adults are pretty much racked up, but the baby's okay. So now I'm thinking about going back to Los Angeles and into a quagmire of social economics. Okay, again, there's going to be economic segregation going on by the time he gets back. It's figuratively speaking and whatnot. It's kind of sad when you embark upon your dreams only to have them curtailed by some circumstances that are beyond your control. Now, what is it that is in control of you? Is it the government? Is it the fact or the policies of this government? Alrighty. So what is in control? What is totally in control of your day? Okay. This is something that you have to realize or think about, ponder. I mean, most of us have a rut. Get up in the morning, we go to the bathroom, we eat our breakfast. And speaking of which, hold up, I gotta get my tea here. I gotta get my tea. All right, so you guys can like follow me here on YouTube, but you guys on Facebook, you get the Grand Tornado. Okay, get the Grand Tornado. All right. Normally I come in.
The passenger denies that she canceled.
Go. Tea time. I don't make. I have my morning tea. I'm sorry. I don't care about anything else but my morning tea. People get to do it with coffee. People do it with cannolis, crumpets, burritos, tacos, whatever the heck you call it. Food's food. That's how you break fast. Okay. Break fast. If you really slow it down in dyslexic terms, means breaking your ass. Okay. Okay, so you're breaking your ass to get up in the morning, all right? And then we do our normal routines. We take out our garbage. We don't know what's in our garbage at all and so forth, but there's enough information to basically have it reconned or spied upon by the FBI or the CIA. So watch what you throw in the garbage. Also, let's see. We go about our business, we go about our day, and we think that we're having, say, like, Okay. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna see what kind of face they gonna give me here, because this thing is going all over the place. Okay, here we go. There we go. No, that's not. Y'all don't like that one? Y'all like this one? Okay. How about that one? A purple mustache? No, definitely not. Okay, how about? Nah, I don't need that. That's ridiculous. Okay, how about... Because I'm still here messing with this thing. Yes, here we go. Hopefully this will stay. Nope, it didn't stay. There we go. How about that one? Okay. All right, stop. I'm stop meddling with this damn thing, okay? Anyway, but if you find that you're losing control of stuff, then you're not in control of it from the get-go. Think about it, people. We give up so much of our privacy. We give so much of our freedoms. We voted off our freedoms year after year after. Every 4 years, we vote off our freedoms. Every year, we give away to safety and fear. Okay, safety and fear, it sounds like jumbo shrimp to me. That's what it does. But come to think of it, people, if you actually... this damn thing. Now it's starting to act stupid. Okay. Oh, well, stupid is stupid as. I guess you guys are going to have a complete plethora of faces here on Facebook, so whatever. I'm going to look at just that later. But anyway, back to, what's going on in our world, perceivable without any more distractions than what we're already getting. Cheeseburger's running out of, he's running out of, distractions. I mean, he's coming up with some pretty decent ones recently, but it's like, come on, man. dude, you're running out of you're running out of imaginative places to go with your say, your distractions at the moment. Okay, this is what's happening. All right, so because we're starting to give away control of our day-to-day lives, and not only that, but we're slipping. It's not just us who basically has to, we're giving up control to, like, say, the people behind shadow governments and the Illuminati and all that crap. It's the people behind those people. Okay, and who's all in that circle? I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's take a wild guess at some of the stories that we got coming across the desk here. And I think more importantly, you guys got to realize that it's not just us. Okay, so I'm gonna go around the block here. All right. Right now in Colorado Springs, they're doing a basic. They're doing what is known as a basic retest to find out about teens and marijuana. There's a low shock of teens smoking weed out here. Now, if you're in the big cities and so forth, everybody from 13 on up is smoking weed. Simple. That's just the way things are and the way they come down and so forth. There's a lot of accidents, it's fast paced, it's this, that, and everything else, and everybody I guess they make the case for it. So, well, it's a big city, it'll happen in a big city. It happen in a small city. I mean, come on. About 2/3 of this country is damn near opiate dependent. Okay, where do you get opiates from? Heroin. Where do you get heroin from? Afghanistan. You might get it from Thailand. You might get it from some of the jungles that have been out there since Laos and everything else that's growing. That stuff is growing like kind of freely. And why does the United States have the biggest control over the heroin trade? Have you ever asked that? We still have to cry opiate addiction, but we're supplying the drug addicts. Okay. What part of extinction agenda do you not get? All right. Oh yeah, there's a plot right now to kill off black people left and freaking right, especially the black male. Now, for you black females out there who are basically stuck with the stupid, ignorant motherfucker that you got right about now, congratulations. You just de-evolved us all back to chimps. Okay? Yeah, my boy's gonna be this, my boy's gonna be that, and they wind up in the ground, either dead or jail, one or the other. Okay? Very seldom, and I mean very seldom is the seldom to make the few of you guys get out of the freaking ghetto and make something of yourselves. Come on, it's been proven. When we look at the Williams sisters. They came straight out of Compton and came up and blew up the world, boy. Except for that one year where they had to take the daggone beads out their hair and shit, right? And then I got out here and there's some freaking, some guy, I don't know, what his nationality is, walking around with cornrows and those same beads in his head. And I'm like, okay, Tutti Frutti on Rudy. Let's look at some of the stories that we got going, bouncing around here, and let's keep the motif here of what's being controlled and what's not being controlled. Okay, and I depend on you guys for basically like finding resounding, within yourself finding a resounding conclusion of what you think could be better, or find a solution in this whole thing. All right. So the UK government admits to losing thousands of papers from National Archives. Whoa. Okay, let's go about this and see exactly how do you lose a crap load of historic papers. Okay, people. A lot of people don't realize that when you change portions of the past, you also change what is going to happen in the future. If you delete things from out of the past, it doesn't exist in the present, in the future. All right. So here it is in the UK, thousands of government papers detailing some of the most controversial episodes in 20th century British history have simply vanished after civil servants removed them. Okay, it's kind of bad, man. Okay, when you remove them from the country's national archives and then report them as lost. Okay, all right, people. Documents concerning the Falklands Wars. Wow. Okay, so the Falklands never happened, right? Northern Ireland's troubles and the infamous Zinoviev letter, in which M16 officers, or you see, they distinguish between officers and agents, but the M16 agents plotted to bring about the downfall. Okay, and this is what they did. The downfall of the first Labour government are all said to have been misplaced. Others missing files concern the British colonial administration in Palestine, tests on polio vaccines, and long-running territorial disputes between the UK and Argentina have simply vanished. Now, who's in control of the information? A couple of Turks who basically just found themselves as patsies for one of the biggest scams of all time. Come on, we all know these. We all know the scam. Okay, it's called hide the pig in the blanket. Almost 1,000 files, each thought to contain dozens of papers, are affected. In most instances, the entire file is said to have been mislaid after being removed. Mislaid and removed, okay? Strategically mislaid and removed from public view, and the archives and taken to Whitehall. An entire file on the Zinoviev letter scandal is said to have been lost after Home Office civil servants took it away. The Home Office declined to say why it was taken, okay, or when or how it was lost, nor would it say whether any copies have been made. In other instances, papers from within files have been carefully selected and taken away. Okay, that's sloppy, people. You sent in a bunch of field mice to do the rat's job. That's funny. Wow. So you mean to tell me, okay, UK, I know I got fans out there and so forth, right? You mean to tell me in the UK, you guys got such slippage of information that when it winds up in the news, the first thing everybody does is the same thing that people do here. First, we deny it, like we're in Egypt. Denial, okay. Then, all of a sudden, you leak out as much information to government-controlled newspapers, which print the stories as you think should be interesting or of concern to the public. All right? Okay, now, let's continue on with this story because this is kind of interesting. The Foreign Office subsequently told the National Archives that the papers taken were nowhere to be found. Okay, nowhere to be found. All right, straight up, nowhere to be found. And that's kind of suspicious in a way. Continuing on here with the Foreign Affairs officials removing a small number of papers in 2015 from a file concerning the 1978 murder of George Markov, a dissident Bulgarian journalist who died. Okay, I mean, it's like, you know, it's kind of interesting. After being shot in the leg with a tiny pellet containing ricin while crossing the Waterloo Bridge in central London. You guys don't understand what ricin, R-I-C-I-N is. It's just as bad as, it's just as lethal as, say, like, you know, cyanide. But you wouldn't hit with a pellet like that, and you can basically, like, you know, find yourself, they'll say it's like, you know, he had a heart attack or something of that nature, but it's not, it's ricin. Trust me, it's easy to make, too. You can slip it into anything. Really, you can virtually slip it in anything. It's odorless, and you can get away with it. After being questioned by the Guardian, that's the newspaper there, said it had managed to locate most of the papers and return them to the archives. A couple, however, are still missing. So what is actually missing? What papers are actually missing from out of that archive? Why is it so prevalent for just those papers to be missing? And then, too, these are historic documents. Are we trying to erase some of the bad kudos of things, you know, that have happened long before, and then all of a sudden you say, you know, we've had a practice of this crap since the internet. Everybody is now getting an idea of, like, you know, where things are. There are a lot of whistleblowers out there. No one, okay, in the hood we call that snitching. Nobody likes a snitch, okay? Which develops into a more corporate thing that nobody likes an investigative report. No. So How is it that we kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? That's what I want to know. How do you kill the prophet of your news coming into your town, telling you this is what's happening, and you guys are going to sit there and say, well, it hasn't happened to me? That's the only problem. That's the only problem with people not relating to, say, like what the, you know, these reporters who are systematically getting murdered, okay, by their own governments, okay? Even your boy Cheeseburger said the same thing. He said, if I had my way, I would, you know, pretty much off of my damn self after he's like tossed the puke. You know, his proverbial toilet. Seriously though, people, seriously. A Freedom of Information Act request in 2014 showed that 9,308 files were returned to the government departments and is early in this way in 2011. The following year, 7,122 files were loaned out, and 7,468 in 2013. The National Archives says Whitehall departments are strongly encouraged. He says he's in big language here. Strongly encouraged to properly return them, but they are not under any obligation to do so, which means, yeah, you can take them out, you might get fined, but we don't expect them to come back. You can make copies of the stuff and circulate this stuff on the internet so that way people can actually make a judgment about if the stories are true or not. But if you're going into the archives, and the archives are therefore the remains of a truth, are we looking to, you know, basically change a lot of that truth by this, you know, destroying past histories, past blunders in the governmental administration that sees itself on the ropes publicly because of the Brexit issue? There's a lot to consider. There is a lot to consider, all right? So, in light of this, we all have to be very vigilant on, like I said earlier, you know, you don't know what you throw out in the garbage until somebody actually does, you know, hey, I know what you eat on a day-to-day basis. I know what you throw out. I know where you live. I know your routine. And in many cases, if you're good, it usually takes about 3 days. You can figure out a person in 3 days, where they go, how they come, what they say, what they do, what they write, how they bathe, how they shave, you know, how they make love, this, that, and everything else. I mean, it's that simple. It is that simple, and a lot of people don't realize that when extensive recon has been doing on you. I mean, come on, in a city of this size, this is a government site. Colorado is a government site, okay? We have more intrusions through, say, our regular, government than per se, like, you know, City Hall or anything of that nature. No, the federal government is large out here. Okay, especially when it comes to the military. And when you have the military running your shit, guess what? You basically don't have, you know, as much control or say-so as you once did. You know, as a reporter, you become expendable. Okay, you get your stories, if they're not censored, guess what? You wind up dead. Okay. Such is the case of this next story. Ooh. Mexico City, they're using billions in government cash to control the news media in Mexico. Oh, can you believe it? Can you believe that? All right. Mexico City, running a newspaper, radio station, or television outlet in Mexico City usually means relying on a single powerful client that spends exorbitant amounts of money, on advertising with a simple warning. And it's pretty simple. I quote, "I don't pay you to criticize me." Okay. The client is the government of Mexico. President Enrique Peña Nieto's administration has spent hundreds of millions of dollars a year in government money on advertising, creating a facade of what many Mexican media owners, executives and journalists call a presidential branding juggernaut capable of suppressing investigative articles, directing front pages and intimidating newsrooms that challenge it. President Enrique Peña Nieto's administration has spent hundreds of millions of dollars a year in government money on advertising, creating what many Mexican media owners and everybody else say, despite vowing to regulate government policy, Mr. Peña Nieto has spent more money on media advertising than any other president in Mexico's history. We're talking like in excess of like $2 billion in the past 5 years, according to government data compiled by Fundar, a transparency group. It found that his administration had spent more than twice the generous media budget Mexican lawmakers allotted it for in 2016 alone. Okay. Leaders from all parties marshal hundreds of millions of dollars in state money for advertising each year, money they dole out to favored news outlets. Okay? So they're paying for the reputation. Okay? They're paying for the reputation. They're paying for the reputation of their face. They're paying for their face in front of the public and how they can control you into believing all of their paranoia, all of their propagandas, you know, all that good stuff. The stuff that we sit here and take for granted. Okay? Of course, we do. We take our press and our news for granted simply because. Oh yeah, okay. Since this is going to be a double hitter, we're going to try to do it that way. Oh yeah, it's always something good. But see, $2 billion a year. It's coming out of the public's ass. It is. Okay. You wonder why Mexico is so poor. Why we will never abide by the wall. They're too busy. They're too busy fighting amongst themselves over. I call it the principle of pretty and stupid, which means they're pretty stupid at this point. When you have a government-run media source, pretty much like what we have up here, when you have a government media source that's controlled, they can put anything they want anywhere in any news media and have you believe it. Who is directing on your fake news? Certainly not me. I'm not that rich. I just read the crap that these people said. This is news. But what I find inside a lot of the news is the writing. If you want to know anything about the news, people that you hear, you see, or read, or anything like that, pick up a newspaper and learn to read between the lines and understand the definition of the words being used. You will find not only is there's a lot of bait and switch tactics that go on, what goes on, say like what's on CNN and every other places like that. It's a simple fact that the writing directs you. The writing controls you. The pen has always been mightier than the sword. That's why I keep telling people, don't sit there and let me write something. Don't let me have a pen in my hand. Don't let me have paper to write or jot down the things that I see that reflect not only my habitat, but also affect yours as well. Okay? So neither government nor private companies will give them a penny, said Enrique Peña, the historian who edits Letras Libres, a Mexican magazine that received death threats. I bet you that's what it says. Yep. You see some government. It was government money. This is one of the biggest flaws in Mexican democracy. Okay, Mr. Peña Nieto's Institutional Revolutionary Party was the IRP, or the PRI. Okay, pioneered its system during the 70 years in power. Former President Jose Lopez Portillo, okay, explicitly laid out the government's expectations decades ago. He was even quoted as saying that he did not want to pay the media to attack him. And the practice continued when the opposition claimed the presidency in 2000 and then again in 2006. I guess this is the reason why so many Latinos in Compton, okay, or Americans in Compton, could never put a price tag on my activities there. They figured I was just some, black guy that was basically there reporting, just doing whatever. But when you are, and I would say, when I say this, when you are a member, okay, when you are a member, Okay, a working member. What does that say? Okay, Ktng, California, right? If you are a working member, you should have no problems getting your points across to City Hall. You should have no problems, okay, putting out newsletters. You should have no problems of finding out how bad your city is doing its people, okay? When you have an entire country that is so based into corruption that our Attorney General cannot see it whatsoever, and every rich dime bag that's ever left the United States to live in Mexico, okay, they have private places, okay? The rich live above the poor, okay? They do, especially down there. You get past Tijuana, you go down to some of them other places and whatnot that are American tourist traps, hotels, people who have made buku money in the United States now live like kings and queens in Mexico and don't even speak the language. But they enjoy the summer nights and the Coronas and the people that they are, you know, swinging with, you know. Oh yeah, come on. There was some cat that was wanted in the United States. He was dating a 13-year-old girl, but he made millions. He was a millionaire. He's living with a 13-year-old girl. How sick is that? But then again, you can get away with that in Mexico. Right? We're at the halfway point here. This is the KTG Morning Show. I am the Grits Man, as they will call it, here in Colorado Springs, bringing you more me from LA to California to Colorado Springs to New York, to even somewhere in Virginia, where I have a great fan base, in France, around the world, people. I am viewed around the world. I am seen and heard from around the world simply because I have fun with what the hell I'm doing. All right? And that's just not here to give you some morning Joe to sit around the doggone cooler and talk about. No, I'm giving you some morning, I'm giving you morning oatmeal so that it sticks in your freaking brain. So this way you can understand how these distractions are being used against you. You are being controlled by the distractions that our government puts out, and you freaking love it. Yes, you do. Sucker punch. No, seriously. That's what it is. Sucker punch. See? Sucker punch. Straight up. So while you guys are getting sucker punched upon, you know, all day okie doke, as I call it, you know, you guys are gonna, like, you know, start picking up the tabs on your own education or your own intelligence for that matter. And most of you guys think you have some sort of intelligence when you're speaking, okay? But a lot of you, I don't care if you're, like, you know, 60 some odd years old and up. If your intelligence is no greater than the size of your shoe or the warmth of a 75-watt light bulb, then you are stupid. Okay? There's no gray area. Whoa, there's no gray area there. There's no gray area there. Okay? You're straight stupid. All right? Your function at this particular point is to do grunt work. Okay? That's it. Make your dime, make your babies, put more grunt babies out there, and all of them will never come close to pulling your family name out of the gutters, so as long as you remain in the gutter. Okay, there's got to be one good person out of the entire relationship. So 9 times out of 10, it ain't the dudes and it ain't the girls, it ain't the women, it ain't the dudes, it's the kids. And those are the good people who are now systematically and, you know, chronologically being mutated into the evil accesses of your idiocy. All right. And what idiocy do we have? The idiocy of paranoia and fear that runs as a level of respect. I don't respect nobody who's fear-based. All right, I'll give you that as like, you know, like, how about that? Yeah, I respect you. Yes, you are. I respect you. Sure, I respect the fact that you're nothing but a jackass. You know, trying to, like, live past, you know, your 20s. You get past your 30s and your 40s and your 50s and everything changes, doesn't it? It will, if you make it that long. Anyway, let's get back to our stories here and what makes us that much more gullible to the control of the United States here. Well, if you want to know what gullibility is in control, it's the simple fact that we are reliant on things that we take for granted. One of them and I hate to say this, is our healthcare system in this country. We take full advantage of our healthcare system in this country, only to have it been slapped in front of us, left and freaking right. It's real simple. Why don't we just have free healthcare for everybody? All right, free healthcare for everybody. Doesn't matter what you got, pre-existing conditions or not. Okay, the countries that actually have, a healthcare system that works with their people and so forth, are the ones that don't have the people paying their pharmaceutical agencies, their doctors, or anything of that nature. The state pays them, the government pays them, and so forth for the taxes that they got. They probably got high-ass taxes, but if those taxes are paying for doctors' salaries, and it keeps every doctor at, say, like a good level. If you're a brain surgeon, you should be making at least about 150 grand a year. Okay, that's a lot of intensive work. Maybe about 75. If you're making 80,000 a year as a brain surgeon, you're doing good. From that point on, all those specialty arts and everything else like that. If the people need all those services, and if they put a specialty price tag on, those services, that way you still keep, say, like, what you make, and everything else is tips. See how that works? Free healthcare for everybody and whatnot. That pretty much see how that works. Because anybody making over 73,000, they can pay for their own damn insurance. I don't make that. You don't make that. Most of us don't make that. Okay. So I'm not going to sit there and say everybody's broke. No. It's everybody's broken and most people, because they have a propensity of throwing money out the window all the damn time, like it's the thing to do. No, I'm sorry. I don't care if you come from a millionaire's lifestyle, or you come from a millionaire's home, or your dad made so much money and your mom made so much money and da. Guess what? They haven't shared that shit with you. The only deal they did was share nothing but a house on a roof over your freaking stupid little head. All right? And you're going to take that sense of entitlement with you? Okay, this is what happens with sense of entitlement. How about this story? Cancer drug prices rise 1,400% with no generic to challenge it. This is what it's called, is cornering the market, people. See, they're cornering and they're controlling you to buy this shit, all right? When nature gives you, it gives you like all the necessary tools to, rid yourself of disease and illness. It does. Nature does, and nature is awesome. Everything is awesome. Okay, I still love that Lego movie. Anyway, the story goes here. Since 2013, the price of a 40-year-old off-patent cancer drug in the U.S. has risen to 1,400%, putting the life-extending medicine out of reach for some patients. How about a lot of patients? Okay. Introduced in 1976 to treat brain tumors and Hodgkin's lymphoma, Lomustine, 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 not Lumestein, not Lewis and Stein, okay, has no generic competition, giving seller Next Source Biotechnology LLC significant pricing power. They have no competition. They can price this thing completely out and make billions. Okay. In the code of the doctor, that says he must treat a patient whether they're friend or foe. It also says you must remain sick in order for us to treat you. So in other words, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or the fascist drug administration, is seeking to encourage more competition for drugs like Lomustine. One of at least 319 drugs for the U.S. patents have expired, but which have no generic copies, according to a list of agencies published earlier this month. The FDA says it will speed up review of any applications to market generic copies of the drug and on its list. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there because this sounds like an upcoming episode of what is known as corporate espionage. Who's gonna get paid to bring out, the trade secrets, the ingredients, what is this stuff made of, how it's made, Is someone going to come in and do some corporate espionage and then say, okay, now we have a generic derivative that is, looked at by the FDA, but not, condoned by the FDA? I want to ask you guys this. How does the FDA fuck around and dictate what you got to put in and out of your body? Okay? That sounds like, like government controlled abortion. It does. For example, how about this? FDA spokeswoman said the agency has received inquiries from several companies about products on the list, but it is way too soon to gauge overall interest in the products. But as the experience with Lomustine shows, attracting generic competition to some older drugs can be hard to pull off. What older drugs are we talking about? Stuff that termed out, like say used by like May 15th, 2001? Recycling? They're recycling medications? Is that the reason why your gallbladder explodes, your arm falls up, and you're bleeding profusely by your nose and ears? Okay? And you got phlegm coming out of your ass. I'm sorry. I'm not taking something that's supposed to be good for me to make me feel even worse. Alright? I can't remain sick for these jackasses to treat me. I gotta stay up all the damn time. That's why I have my cup of tea in the morning, baby. That's right. My tea. Oh yeah. Now, for many years, Lomustine was marketed under this brand name of CENU by Bristol Myers Squibb Company, which charged about $50 a capsule for the highest dose before selling the product in 2013. Now, the same capsule cost about $768 after 9 price increases by a little-known Miami startup, NextSource, which supplies Lomustine, in a deal with the drug's new owner manufacturer, Corden Pharma. NextSource, which rebranded the drug as Gliostine, okay, most recently raised the price by 12% in November on the heels of a 20% increase in August, according to analysis drug price tracker Truven Health Analytics. Truven Health, Truven Health Analytics. Look that up, people. This will save you a lot of time and effort of like not knowing the prices of like medication. That when you go into the pharmacy and say, oh, I know this costs this much, so this is what I'm paying for. Know what you're paying for. Know what your money is being used for before you say you got it. Because I can sit there and say, oh, I'm rich, bitch, and then 5 seconds later I spent every freaking dime behind some ignorant decision to do it just because we have it there. It doesn't show nothing. Okay? I don't care how much crap you buy. It doesn't make you. Oh my God. Oh my God, Busta Rhymes look like. Oh my God, Busta Rhymes look like he look like one of the fat boys now. I'm serious. Busta Rhymes at the White House looking like, oh my God, looking like one of the fat boys. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Oh, they're doing the thing on LL Cool J this morning. This is madness, okay? Look at that. Queens, okay? Queens. Go Queens, right. Brooklyn, Queens. Sad ass, okay? There you go. Acting. Yeah, here we go. Okay, you guys want to know something about rap here? I don't even know why I'm showing you guys this, especially when you're on my show. Anyway, so here's the deal. Here's the deal, and this is what you guys are not realizing, is that if you're not, taking in consideration of what it is that you do put in your body and so forth, now you got NextSource basically dictating how the poor are systematically being targeted for extinction. Black men are being targeted for extinction. Okay, poor white men are being targeted for extinction. Okay, what are the factors? Okay, there was a survey made about half a month ago, about 3-4 weeks ago. No, about a month ago, that there is a tracking of low sperm count in the United States. Now, why is that? Why is that? Okay, is it some sort of government plan? Oh no. You have to understand the the Fascist Drug Administration, the alphabet boys and everybody and so forth have complete control over what you do, but not what you say and think and how you feel. All right. So in that case and whatnot, I do want to make sure that you guys understand that when out of these stories and so forth, we are learning that people are being controlled by substance. okay, by substance, by their own free will, okay, and their decisions to understand it without understanding the consequences that they are leading other people from out of the dark into something a little bit darker. I mean, this is dark, baby. I'm darkly packed, as they say. But anyway, you know, we want to end this thing with a good story and so forth, but I think this is pretty much like a really good thing here. South Chicago, you know, Pilsen in Humboldt Park, there's difficulties getting from home to school, but the violence in that neighborhood is, you know, is kind of reticent. It is like the basis for, like, say, all the ghetto stories that you'll hear. All the ghetto stories that you hear. This new thing about Chicago, about shootings and everything else that's been going on. They now are going to have, like, you know, Commons writing the damn thing, but he's also starring in it as well. So it's supposed to be like, you know, how his take and what goes on in Chicago and why it was brought to such a national attention. But the Obama administration did nothing about it. Okay, Trump administration damn sure ain't doing nothing about it. Nobody's doing nothing about the senseless and senseless murders of black men on a day-to-day basis by younger black men. Okay, just to get a rep. Okay, what, you Bloods and you Crips are basically just run out of reasons to be loyal? Obviously so. You guys got as much brains, and I mean as much brains as a snail crawling backwards looking for its ass. All right. Ah, boy. But on the story of one thing, that they got out there right now is they're helping people they're helping kids and teens deal with the disparages that are happening in this city. Okay, it doesn't matter. See, the thing is that it doesn't matter what city it is. When you have economic segregation at an all-time high in this country, it doesn't matter. Okay, what matters is where you are living at. Your zip code denotes your race. Your zip code denotes your economic status. It also dictates the terms of policy when it comes to your insurance, as well as your car and or life insurance. People don't believe that, and they don't believe that, by all means. Look at your payments and go check out every zip code that lives in an affluent area that has a better discount than you do. Okay, I don't care if you're reading the Thursday paper. Guess what? You got a discount. Okay, by zip code alone. So, in that sense, what they've done is I'm going to wrap this up in a nutshell. What they've done is they kind of made a way for teens who are basically facing these problems of anxiety, complex post-traumatic stress disorder. They're allowing them to tell their experience by recording them, playing them back. These kids, these are kids who are coming out and rapping about the loss of their fathers, the loss of their friends, to violence, kids that are like in second grade picking up cans and recycling to pay bills while their moms are sick. These people are basically the same as you and I. The only problem is they're economically segregated from the rest of the opportunities that this world supposedly says you do have, enough courage and advantage to actually get. It's right there. It's in your face. Go get it. But you have to jump over so many hurdles to get that far. And if you're not the right caliber of person, okay, that they can manipulate, use, and abuse, and therefore make you disposable, by all means. You'll feel right at home. Oh, right, that's right. Rock the bells. Okay, cool. My jam, rock the bells. I'm surprised we didn't get a chance to see this. Yeah, that's right. Uncle L. If you were growing up in New York, you know to call him man Uncle L. But anyway, the thing is, people, this is a good story because now, instead of hearing about the kids, kids struggling, now kids being killed, the police department unable to do anything about it. There's just simply not enough things. There's not enough social programs to, to help, people in poverty. Okay? They expect everybody to do the Republican thing, pull your bootstraps up, get a job, and stop living on welfare. And the blacks are basically just targeted for it because it just seems easier. When there are more white people on welfare than anything else. And they're milking the system. They're getting good. They're good milking the system. Let me show my face up here. Trust me. See what happened. Oh no, sir, you gonna get the runaround for this. And that can see. And therefore, we don't know how to address the system itself. Stop messing with the freaking Indians. Talk to the person that's in charge. Hey, all right. No. That sort of thing. And this is a pretty decent story. I like the fact that, there are people, basically, working with social workers. They're working with people that they can actually relate to. And they're doing everything. They're helping people identify with themselves, but more importantly, identify their situation and release that which is in. So in other words, they're not holding you back in. Kids who sit there and say, I want to be a gang member. My mom and dad were never at home. People wake up and think, I want to be a gang member. I mean, good grief. But what's important is that Story Squad is responsible for putting out these stories. And they're giving voice to the voiceless. If we are continuously badgering our youth with old stories of, I remember when I was a kid, I didn't do that, No. Don't say, I remember. Just say, look, just as a passing advice and so forth. It would be advisable not to do this, not to do that. But if you're going to do that, realize there are going to be repercussions. Do you understand what that word means? Do you understand what facing your circumstances means? Let's look this up together. Explain to them what those things are. Cause and effect, circumstances, situations. All those things that are in the dictionary that basically show you exactly what to look for. And then go back and say your religious texts and so forth and find the example is there and make a comparison and say this is the reason why you don't do that. Okay? If you want to be successful like LL Cool J, stop being an ass. Stop thinking you're a pimp. Stop thinking you this. Stop thinking you can think all this, that, and everything else. But as KRS-One was to say, I'm so-and-so, I'm this, I'm that. But to me, you just wick, whack. The evil will be undone. Okay? I don't care how well you think you prop yourself up as being an archangel. You are an archangel of hell if you prescribe, to teach people your broken moral system. Okay? And there's a lot of morality, there's a lot of moral systems, core moral systems in individuals out here today who basically think that they're right about every damn thing, and unfortunately they are so wrong. Okay? Especially when people just basically had enough of their garbage. When you've had enough of the garbage, you either get up and do something about it, or you get up and walk away from it. So that way, either way, you still present the pair of balls and what the antagonizing and never thought you would have. And in this case, we have economic segregation raining down throughout Detroit, raining down throughout Chicago, raining down throughout a lot of the mega cities that we have here in the United States. And here's the funny part. The funny part about this? The serious funny part about this whole thing is that we continue to find quality in being thrifty. If it's $5 for $1, why are we getting all 5? Get what you need and go back for the rest at another time. Get what you need for the immediate purposes, because your long-term situation when it comes to like material goods and everything sucks. It sucks. Because once it's gone, then what? You got to go back and forth. What's suppose it runs out of stock? What are you going to do then? Okay. Tell you what. Here, I'll make an honest deal out of you guys. Make an honest deal out of you. If you can basically step away from your system of control, then you will not feel as though you are being controlled by any other outside forces than what's on the outside of your brain. Okay, there's going to be, you're going to have, per se, government control over certain things. But when we start giving it up to, based on fear and availability, we don't stand up as human beings. We make ourselves look like scavengers. You know, scavengers who are waiting for a freaking handout. And for the people that wait for a freaking handout all the damn time, trust and believe. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Your day is coming. You got no legitimate reason. We're begging. All right? Just quit begging altogether. Okay? And when you stop begging, trust me, everything will be a lot better. Anyway, we got to get up out of here. So therefore, I have got to do what is known as say good morning to all of our people who are up this morning watching and listening to the Ktng Morning Show. And also, you know, helping us with solutions that we can actually use in the modern day era. And this, I don't know what the hell that was. Anyway. Okay, so good morning, Kenny Ken, Maria Villarreal. Contact you to see what happened. Did the Latino Chamber of Commerce of Compton find a place, or are they staying at a spot? You know, that sort of thing. Ernest Franklin, Mark Briggs, morning. Nigel Daring, good morning. Keita Mason, good morning. Simba Sarandora, good morning. Matthew, La Champion, El Champion Crawford, good morning. Aki Joss, good morning. Benita Tigers, oh, good morning. Beautiful sister, good morning. Yolanda Hubbard, good morning. Talma Aksante, good morning. Joe Bruff, good morning. James Ushim, oh, I guess that's what his name is. I have no idea. What is this? No, damn you. Oh, God, I just went from someplace. I don't know where I went to. Sean Griff, good morning. Gloria Anderson, good morning. Okay. CJ Marita, good morning. James DJ Sham, good morning. Marvel Star, Marvin, good morning. Steve Crown, good morning. Eddie Solano, good morning. Kat Dubé, good morning. Adam Clayton, good morning. Gringo Bono, good morning. Tom Life 9 Larson, good morning. Hell Skaggs, good morning. Fast Nips, good morning. Ian Green, good morning. Jamie Manton, good morning. Let's see, who else we got going on here? Let's see, Rodney Allen Rippin, good morning. Let's see. Jaquana Mason, good morning. And let's see, Brenda Skin Perkins, good morning. Oh my goodness. Let's see who else. Luke Cage, good morning, my man. Daryl Powell, good morning. And let's see. Everybody across the planet, good morning. Yeah, okay. Michael Hoffman, good morning. Stanley Clark, good morning. And let's see. Helen Jackson, good morning. Okay. Paul Martin, good morning. Antel Martinez, good morning. And of course, again, Walt, Mel, good morning. I love you guys. Hopefully today you got the card that I sent you. And for my people on, say, Melanated People, good morning. Good morning to everybody across the planet, across the world. Good morning to Zulu Nation, Universal Zulu Nation. Thank you for inviting me into your homes. We broadcast at 9 o'clock at night, so you can also catch it here as well. Also, we are looking to do a little bit more expansion. So I got my flyers ready. I'm ready for New Year's. I'm ready for the new year. I'm already in the new year. Put it that way. So while I'm waiting on you guys to come show up, we're going to be expanding this in such a way that it's going to be visually ridiculous. So still got to get my cameras and everything, but yet still, guess what? I'm still on the air. Yes. Anyway, one of the key things here is our solution when it comes to control is that one, we cannot control that which we do not, which is based on ideology. You can't control ideology. Okay, you can't control what your spirit says or does. You cannot control your emotions. Okay, so if that's the case for it and so forth, why is the government making such a concerted effort on controlling everything that you do? Okay, the stories I just read, when it comes down to what can be said and what cannot be said in the media, Mexico buys their media for favorable intentions around the world. Now, imagine that, people, as net neutrality and what the United States is about to do. The cancer drug, 1,400%. Okay, again, that's a system of control. And when gangs are running rampant around in your street and there is no voice from the voiceless, that's a form of control. Is there solutions? Of course there are solutions. Think for yourself. Think for the community that wants to be helped. Think for a better future for your kid. And if you can't do any of those three, then come up with some better suggestions and solutions that are going to help not only what you do, but the whole of humanity as well. So think on a broader scale. Think. All right, people? So get out of your little nepotistic little corners, okay? Show and prove what we're supposed to do on this planet. By love, peace, and understanding. All right, this has been the Ktng Morning Show. I'm the Grits Man, that's right. Zesty underneath the 25 freeway balloon. That's right. So if I see you guys again, it'll probably be tomorrow. And so that way I'll go over some other crazy stuff. But I like these themes and so forth. So today's theme was about control, so don't let control make you a control freak, or you will be controlled by your own abstinence. And that will happen at next year, Jack. Don't forget that your dog looks like Donald Trump. Okay? Dog bastard bitch. Straight up. Anyway, I'm out of here. Y'all have yourself a beautiful Tuesday. I know it is like about, hey, it is snowing today. Hot damn, we got snow out here today. All right, so that means what? I get to go outside and play in the snow. All right, watch your currency, people. The shift in the economy is coming. This has been Ktng Morning Show, 860am.org. We're out of here. Reach us on Facebook, reach us on YouTube, reach us on our website at ktng860am.org. And other than that, people, I'm out of here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go on with your damn selves. And be bad. Ow! Yes, sir. There you go. And we're finished there. And we are finished there. That's the voice of the voiceless. Voice of the voiceless. Yes, I want to get out of this bad boy because I am bad.